What up? It is I, the Frenchiest Fry, or as they usually call me, LividNNeon. I want to start off by saying thank you guys so much for the support recently. It actually means a lot that you guys are tuning into the stuff that I'm making. I'm trying my best to get better and better every day so I can push out videos that leave you with something, whether it was a laugh or some new knowledge. Of course, I can agree my videos currently don't feel like they have a huge meaning to them. I make my videos to be able to yap and talk about some stuff that I like or I'm passionate about, and that's what I'm going to be forming this channel around. It took me a while to finally figure out the direction I wanted to put this channel in, but I've been making content for years now, from a prior channel to this one. And no, I wasn't banned. I was just a kid and I kind of lost the password because I got a new phone. But I genuinely see that you guys have been enjoying the content lately, and I'm gonna try to upgrade it a bit, so let's get into this video. Right back to review. So 6 Days in Fallujah is a pretty good game developed by Highwire Games and Atomic Games. I don't know why I could not read that for a sec. If you couldn't tell by its name, the game is set in the Second Battle of Fallujah from the Iraq War over the span of 6 days. The game is pretty good. The gunplay is different. It feels very punchy, but sort of stiff at the same time. Same with the movement mechanics, to be honest with you. It kind of feels a little floaty. It's weird, but it also feels grounded, which is confusing to say in the mix of all of that. I digress. It still doesn't feel bad. I love the mechanics that they went for with this game. Whenever I play with my friends, we all deafen on Discord like we're playing Lethal Company, which I have to make a video about because I played it forever ago, literally on release, and never made a video about it. So it's safe to say that I'm late to that one too. So the mechanic I'm specifically referring to in the last one was the game chat. It has some dynamic VoIP that I rarely hear in games. By default, it's open mic, which is obviously not revolutionary. It's just open mic. But the funniest thing to me is hearing our friends legit scream before they die. This game was Lethal Company for us before it released. Especially when I scream, I could only imagine what I sound like to my friends. The audio also blends into the atmosphere, so turning corners, going into different rooms, being outside of a house. All of these things will change how you or your friends sound when talking.
Okay, you got him.
Upstairs is clear.
Sorry, I had to let him know. Yeah, we're good. It's kind of like proxy chat or a spatial chat in some way, and I welcome this fully. The graphics are pretty good. They aren't amazing by any means. You won't get lost in the world, but it looks okay. The FOV reminds me of MW2 back in the day if the gun was super fat and so were your hands. There's also 2 ways to ADS. You could either use your sight or the little knob at the top. I'm not sure what to call this thing because it's not exactly an iron sight. It doesn't look like a sight at all, so I'll call them aim nibs. They're literally iron sights. It's like calling a MAGA clip. The AI in this game is also amazing, so combining the current mechanics such as the way you can ADS, lean, your positioning, crouching, holding certain corners, everything matters. The AI in this game can be sort of aids sometimes and can one-tap you so easily, so if you stop paying attention just for a moment, it's going to be bad for you. And it happens to us all the time, but it's only because we're actual idiots. The objectives are pretty straightforward, and there's 4 kinds. Mainly it's either defending a position, exploding a cache, killing enemies, or again, defending a position. For each of these missions though, all of the maps are different because the buildings, positions, or interiors are all procedurally generated, and they also have a mix of handcrafting with them. Same with the enemy spawns, so each mission is pretty much different in their own way, but they still have the same premise. So after nearly an entire year of being out, because I missed my first impressions on the game, how is it? Well, I really like it. It's a great game. Definitely a time consumer for people who want to actually try to beat the missions on their first runs, but at the same time, those first runs have limited value because they're only first runs for so long. After experiencing almost a whole year of this game and it essentially having the same stuff it did at release, I'm going to have to be as blunt with this as I can, because even though I like the game, I can't say it's going to be for everyone for a long time. At its current state, I won't recommend getting this game. If you like shooting games and co-op experiences, there are definitely far better games out there that will give you more of an experience and will have more replayability. But if you don't mind the game being worked on as you play it, by all means, buy it. But reminder, do you want to wait an extra couple months after buying the game, or maybe another year down the line just for there to be more content added to it? That's the big question now. On one end of the bar, the game is a great tactical simulation of Iraq, and it makes you feel like you're in the shoes of an American soldier, or just your Dorito eating, booger fingered, body smelling like a sewer stinking friends who are playing as them. The game is awesome in that aspect. It has some good content, but there isn't enough to make me feel excited to buy this game other than the idea of it being this controversial game about the 6 days in Fallujah. Since there hasn't really been much content added to the game, even though it's almost been out for a year and it's still in early access, even though this game was in development in 05, for a game that has been in development for 18 years, I give it a 5 out of 10. There's just no replayability in looking at the game for what it actually is. That's my honest opinion. But if you want me to be weird and appeal to your feelings, which I won't do for you, but for the sake of putting this out there for the community who may see this, I genuinely do like 6 Days in Fallujah. But after 18 years of development, this still feels like a mock-up. And I understand that the game was canceled way back in the way, but the game is touted as being developed for 18 years. Sure, 18 years of controversy boiling over for a game that pretty much is just a basic shooter game. And I swear to God, if GTA 6 comes out like this, 6 Days in Fallujah can totally be a 7 out of 10 title, but there just needs to be more content.
Hey, I'd rather interlock lips with him.
What? How'd you guys die then? As a bullet because I know what you're about.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, none of your business.